As we are on the 6th day of our meditation challenge, I want you to give your insights in the chat box or else in the comment section. What are we doing while we are meditating? We are observing our thoughts, which are entering our mind and which are eventually leaving. We are not pursuing them, right? So are we continuing this meditative state the entire day? So whenever you are out, whenever you're like you're in school or college or you're in your office, so what you have to do is watch yourself. While meditating, you're observing yourself. And even after a meditation, what you have to do is observe yourself, watch your physical body, watch your reactions, watch your responses, watch your emotional body, watch your mental body, because that is how you make changes in your life. See, we are daily giving you challenges, different kind of challenges. These are not just challenges, but these are ways to improve your lifestyle, isn't it? If you improve your lifestyle along with meditation, that's when wisdom is actually understood. See, in this wisdom sharing sessions, we are inviting different masters. Through listening, through reading, you can understand what is wisdom. But when you apply it in your life, that is when you can see a change in your life. You need to watch yourself, whether your physical body needs correction, whether your mental body needs correction, or whether your emotional body needs your correction, right? So coming back to our challenge that is given yesterday, how was the challenge? Did you all do it? Did you all plan your meal for yesterday? How did you plan your meal? And how did you store, like first out the formula that I have said yesterday? Use the older food items first, then moving to the newer ones. And whenever you have any leftovers, be creative with them. Like I'll tell, like since childhood, I have been seeing my grandparents and parents doing this. Whenever there are any leftovers, like if any rice is left, then the next morning what we do is we add few spices to it, we add lemon to it, and that's my favorite dish, lemon rice. It actually tastes good. So moving to the next segment, that is our favorite session, wisdom sharing session. And today we have Dr. Shehla Alvi with us. She's a distinguished psychiatrist and therapist with over 2 decades of experience, advocates for a nuanced approach to clinical practice. She emphasizes differentiating disorders from issues and minimizes medication use. Dr. Alvi employs a holistic 3-dimensional approach and specializes in body therapy. She conducts workshops in Pakistan, focusing on reconnecting individuals with their inner nature. Her therapeutic practice encourages self-care, exploration of deeper selves, and a path towards growth and healing, reflecting a commitment to empowering individuals to embrace their inherent wildness and live authentically. So let us all invite Dr. Shehla Alvi. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Thank you very much for inviting me today and giving me space to share whatever I can share today. I just wanted to have a little understanding. How much time do I have? It's 1 hour?
Ma'am, you have 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
7:45.
And then, okay.
Then we'll have a question and answer session.
Okay. So I was, so in life, what happens is there's so many stages we go through all the time. At one stage, we are at one place and one thought process, one kind of process is happening within and outside us, and then it keeps on changing as we keep on changing, and the layers within us are being healed, and the new layers keep coming. So, when I would say that I started the journey of fairness a very, very long time ago. And with my field therapeutic practices, my wild therapy practices, and then meditation and yoga came in my life, and Patriji came in my life, and then things changed completely in a different realm. Uh, in the process, which I feel that all this process, I'm very much inspired by Rumi as well. So coming from Rumi's perspective, which has also obviously Islamic perspective, and Rumi is not a ritualistic Muslim; he was a Sufi. So there was a lot of emphasis on love, you know. And all, if you see, however, he only wrote four poetries on love. The rest of it was always on spiritual growth. And but then whatever we came with, Rumi is all about inner journey. It's all about connecting to oneself. How can we let go of ego? How can we let go of attachment to the worldly things? How can we connect? And the concept of lover and beloved has been given to us very clearly. At least to me, it came from that. I'm not saying that he was the only one. I think today, as my topic was love for peace, I would like to start from this notion of lover and beloved. So, in a very cliched manner, uh, the prospect of lover is a male. In if you see a lot of poetries, and a beloved is a woman. A woman who's beautiful, has beautiful eyes and lips and color and complexion and blah blah blah. And lover is a man who is in love with her, and wants to and desire for her. And the beloved is somebody uh who is not very considerate about the lover. She can betray him, she can leave him, and there is a constant desire, push and pull between lover and the beloved. That's a very regular understanding. So when we think about the word love, it comes to be, oh, it is going to be a love story per se. Like when I say people that I'm a wild therapist, the first thing, especially in men's, usually comes is, oh, there's some kind of a sexual activity involved here. Okay. And with women maybe thinking same, but they usually shy to say it. So the wild therapy is about working with nature, through nature, the healing the nature has for all of us, already inherent, the quiet, the silent nature, and how to connect to it, how to listen to it. And similarly, the concept of lover and beloved is also not this notion which we grew up with, listening to poetries and literature. The way it has been interpreted, I would say. And then the folklore stories of Laila Majnu and Shiri Farhad and Sassi Pannu and Soni Maiwan. I believe a lot of times, at least I can talk about myself. I do not want to generalize with other people. People are much more learned and have better understandings. So for longest time, I thought, oh, it's a love story, and there's so much tragedy in it, and why the is tragedy, why love always ends in tragedy, and so on and so forth. But as I started growing up emotionally and spiritually and intellectually, I started to realize that it's about these stories. So the lover and the beloved is just the projection of the processes happening within us. So the first thing I would like to say is the journey is to become the lover. Even if you're a female or if you're a male, it doesn't matter. So, beloved, in the journey of love, lover and beloved has no existence. Beloved is just the projection of reaching somewhere. being somewhere, becoming someone. Even when we say, oh, between a human being and a god, the god is the beloved and human is a lover. And what is this love story between a god and a human is? Or you say between human being and the nature. I usually call God as nature. So God and nature. So how can we come together? So the journey is to come together, to come in unison, come in the same frequency. So if and that can only happen when I as a woman or I as a man aspire to become the lover. So even if for woman there is a man in my life, suppose, and I desire him, I want to be with him, he is my beloved, and I am the lover because I am desiring. Now, the process, even with human to human interaction, is that both are beloveds and both are lovers. And the lover, the definition of the lover who goes through pain of transformation, the pain to go towards the beloved and let your ego go away. Be egoless. Now, it's an idealistic version of it. Now, I wouldn't say that all we can be an ideal and become egoless, but just going through the transformation, and the transformation never happens without pain. So something very, very important is that transformation cannot happen without pain, which means that there are layers and layers of ego, there are layers and layers of misconception, there are layers and layers of desire to be loved, instead to love. And this somebody love me, somebody take me, somebody give me something. And that is where the attachment. So then what we do is, love is a connection, but then we misunderstand it as an attachment. So I want to attach to you, instead of connect to you. So there's a difference. So attachment is attach. This cannot happen because we are not made like this. We are humans. We have feet, we have hands, we have mind which works individually. So the if I'm going to get attached to the other person, whether it is a guru, a teacher, lover, or a parent, or a sibling, or anybody, or a scene, or a landscape, I'm limiting my possibilities of growth. However, when I say I connect, see, I can move my fingers, I can move my hand, I can walk, I can talk. And that's what the connection is all about. That's what the growth is. And slowly and gradually, what happens that the lover, when starts transforming, then the concept of the beloved becomes redundant. Then there is no beloved. I am the beloved and I am the lover. And that is something very important to understand. And I feel that's what we've been misled by misinterpretation of it. Even in love folklore stories, if you read them clearly and understand them, so if you see in a Sassi Pannu story, the Sassi was a beloved. Pannu was a lover. But in the process, Pannu went away. There was no Pannu, and it was the story of Sassi, and Sassi got transformed and became the lover. And same goes for Soni Mahiwal, Soni became the lover in the end, because she got transformed. So the death in the folklore stories of love stories is not a death, it's the transformation from the beloved to the lover. So the death of that being which is stuck on attachment, which is stuck on getting something instead of in the process of giving. And when the two people, I'm giving examples of people because it's much easier to identify right now. If two human beings who have become lovers in their own way, and then they will connect to each other. And if they have a bond or a relationship or anything, in any sort of relationship, I'm not talking about romantic, then it becomes like a bomb. It becomes like a complete circle. Then the two people are flowing in the flow of the universal energy, and they are giving and receiving constantly, not forcefully, it becomes an effortless journey. And that's what is. And then when we become aware and walk on that journey, then the peace keeps coming. When I have peace, then I have nothing out, no pain outside for me to project on people. There is no hatred which is going out. There is no destruction which is going out. And that's where the love becomes the journey of the peace. We say, and how it happens, obviously, we're going to come to it, but it is very important to have an understanding of the journey of transformation. There is no, there can't be a journey or a path which doesn't have pain, which doesn't have sorrow, which doesn't shed skins. I was reading Chogun Trungpa yesterday, The Path of Suffering, the book, and it was so amazing. They say people think generally, oh, I am walking on the path. So the lot of time people think that the path has been laid, it's all being done, and it's a great road, and there'll be maybe motels on the road by the side, and there'll be snacks and there'll be fruits, and I'll just be walking down the path and reaching that place where I need to go. But that's not the definition of the path. The path of transformation, the path of love, the path of change is that you set up on a journey and you pass on to the obstacles in the path. You'll clear the path. There will be, thorns on the path. There will be rocks on the path. There will be no path. You will create the walkway for yourself, and that whole process of walking on the path is, and all these obstacles and thorns and rocks and pebbles and trees falling down or animals coming is nothing. Is these are our desires, these are our expectations, these are our emotional wounds, these are our karmas and lessons which we have not learned, you know. And whenever we are going to learn those lessons, when we are going to go on to the path, I really want to say to all of you, it's not going to be hunky dory. If you are thinking that you are setting yourself up on the path of meditation journey, it's going to be hunky dory. No, it will not. A time will come when you start delving deeper on a regular, serious, and sincere practice, as Patriji always said, you have to be serious and sincere. When you will be sincere and serious into this path of meditation, your demons will start come out. And what are demons? Demons which are coming in the process, in the way of us becoming the lover, in the way of becoming in the going in the flow of wildness or the nature or the god, whatever entity you connect to, or whatever name you give to that entity. So when your inner nature is in unison with the outer nature, let's put it that way, because that's what our umbrella is right now. So the inner nature, to become in unison to the outer nature, you will go through to the path of pain, and the sufferings will come out, and the isolations will come out, and the people will go out of your bus of life, and you will feel nihilism towards the world, and there will be a fight within you, that you want to hold on to desires, you want to hold on to those things which everybody around us is going through, you know. And that desire, that fight, and these are those obstacles on the path, and you need to always going to sit with them, feel the pain, feel the emotion, let it come to you, let it flow into you, and that's where you're going to sit, close your eyes, meditate, connect to your breath, allow that poison to come out and flow out of you. But when it will come out and will create, because it's going to be against the gravity to begin with, it is going to be painful, very, very painful. You will see that your anger has increased, your sadness have emancipated, or not emancipated, has enhanced. You become extraordinarily anxious, you're crying a lot, you have lost the desire to eat or, you know, wear nice clothes or whatever it is, or to earn money, and it is going to be painful. So, the path of love, which cannot happen without meditation, and meditation is connecting to the breath, means change, which is happening all the time, every moment, is going to have pain and then amazing rewards, and then a time when there's nothing happening, just quietness, and then pain, and then quietness or reward. And this is what is going to be the path. And every time we will cross one obstacle within us, we will become 1 degree lover, second degree lover, third degree lover, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. And that's what the journey. And then it becomes like a whirling dervish. What is the concept of whirling dervish? They say there is a center, which is called oneness, which is the center of the being. And then we move around it, and moving around, completing the circle. And the circle is not one circle, it's like a spiral. And we keep completing it, and we keep moving around and increasing our circle, and we whirling around and around and around. That's the whole universe comes in. And then the whole universe goes out as it becomes a channel from me to you to me, and to everyone. All the beings are going to be involved in it. And human beings are primarily stuck with the thought of, uh, I am, I live in Pakistan. Obviously, most of the people are Muslims here. And especially with meat eating, we have this notion that animals are being there to serve us. You know, we are the beings, kind of a thing. And when people, so it, I think that is why it is harder to begin with meditation, because then it's to when you just enter into the path, just, you know, a meter away or 2 meters away, you just realize it cannot happen. I have to let go of certain notions right away, of that all the other animals and beings are there to serve me. You know, I'm the almighty. That's not true. We And that's not true, and we are not almighty, and those notions to go away. Like people who are already not meat eaters, they have other obstacles. So, and obstacles which coming from the past incarnations, the obstacles are the lessons which have not been learned, they are going to come our way. Things which we possibly have done in a lack of awareness, we may need to correct them, you know. And then the concept of soul age, you know, and the soul, like the syllabus I have to learn in grade 5 or grade 4. If I'm not going to complete the syllabus, I won't know what's going on. I will not be promoted. I'll keep on coming in the grade 4 and keep on learning unless all the syllabus has been learned, and then I will be promoted to grade 5. And if I integrate all, it's about the journey of love. It's about becoming a lover, because beloved has nothing to do. Beloved is beautiful, beloved is amazing, beloved is everything, and you need to come to the beloved. What is the concept of beloved? I seriously tell all the women here listening right now on the Zoom, YouTube, or whenever or wherever, all the women here, please come out of the thought of being a beloved. Come into the process of becoming a lover. You know, you're already in the process of transformation through meditation. You're already in your path. So the path is to become a lover, you know. And this notion about sexuality is to be loved, no. I mean, sexuality is also a path to learn to become a lover, to learn to become vulnerable, to learn to become authentic and honest. And there is a distinction between honesty and authenticity. I don't know how many of it you know. I'm just saying it because I feel I need to. I really, if some people think that we already know all of it, so I maybe take it as a reinforcement. So the honesty is, for an example, I say, oh, your picture is not coming good. You don't have a good camera. I'm honest. I'm telling you this. I don't like what you are doing right now. I'm honest because that's what I think and I'm saying it. But but authenticity is I really mean what I say. What I say, I actually do what I say. So the Rumi says either you become who you are within or who you are outside, or you become who you are or be who you appear. या तो आप वो हो जाएं जो आप अंदर से अपने आप को समझते हैं, या जो आप बाहर से हैं वो अंदर से हो जाए. You just cannot be. So there's a straight line. There's no angle. So authenticity is like there is no angle. So it means that you, and if suppose I'm honest and say, oh, you're it's English. Okay. So I really sorry. So honest is one thing. Oh, I don't like this picture. I don't like your program. It's not. I don't think so. It's for me. I'm honest. I'm saying this. But at the moment, if suppose Pariniti D comes and she says, "Oh, really? You think about that?" And I feel, "Oh, I am being confronted now." Oh, I feel small. And then that's not authentic. It means my honesty was not authentic. So authenticity is what I really mean, I say, and then whoever comes in front of me, how much I respect them, I can stay with that. And I think, and this is the difference which have mostly not been taught to us in our educational systems as well. That a lot of time honesty is a defense mechanism of keeping people at bay. I remember honesty was my defense mechanism for largest time of my life. I was very straightforward and honest person, but I was not authentic person because I was not delving into the meaning. I was not keeping the compassion as with me. I was, okay, I would say empathic by nature or by the grace of the soul age, but I was not authentic. A lot of things I was saying and doing was just to keeping things at bay with me so that I don't feel pain. But as I started to become authentic, I see my obstacles, all the time. That straightforward authenticity or honesty is not about honesty. It's about not being judged or not being rejected or not being abandoned. So I am keeping things at bay because I'm very afraid of rejection. I'm very afraid of failure. I'm very afraid of abandonment. And these are very important and basic wounds, psychological, which people keep running, keep live with it without having understanding. So the authentic people pay attention to their wounds and they say, okay, I do not want to talk to this person because I don't like it, or because maybe I am afraid that this person, interacting with this person, makes me feel small, or I'm afraid he or she is going to reject me, or they're going to leave me and I feel abandoned. And that's where you connect to your deeper self. And that's what all meditation is. Meditation enables us quietly, silently, lovingly to connect to different parts of us, different dead spaces within us. And then And then what they do is the dead spaces are getting energy from the alive cells. And then the energy starts flowing through the breath. And breath is that flow which takes the energy from one cell to the other, from one cell to the other, and allow the dead spaces to become alive. So whenever the dead spaces within us are going to be alive, the toxin, the poison, the deadness, which the decay which it has inside of us, when it is going to come out, is going to be a pain. And if you're not interested in being in pain, if you're not interested, if you think enlightenment is just happiness, no, enlightenment goes through processes. And then enlightenment goes through the soul ages. And understanding what is my soul age, understanding what are my struggles in my life. My struggles can be different from your struggles, and your struggle can be different from someone else's struggle. Considering, and even in the soul age, there are further layers, and then every layer has a different um, test and different lesson to learn. And so that is why I believe Patriji always used to say, at that time I didn't have that understanding, but I was absorbing what the whatever he was teaching us was just be okay and be happy. Watch it like a movie. Everything is happening is for them, other people's exactly what they need. So if anybody is going through a painful process, this is exactly what they need. If anybody is suffering because they don't have enough money, as opposed to other people, they're exactly what they need, because this is soul age needs to come out of this painful connection, or not connection, attachment to the money. And people who have lots of money, and they have different kind of lessons to learn. It's not that they don't have lessons, that their lessons start to become refined also. So people who have spaciousness of finances in their life, and but they are not obsessed about money, and they don't have to think about a lot of money. They have other lessons to learn in the life. So their basic one gone. And then this also happens that the gurus and the big teachers come in life and show us that they didn't have money. They struggled through scarcity, yet the path was so important for them. So they didn't have food, they didn't have clothes, they didn't have house, they didn't have anything. It didn't matter to them, because in previous incarnation they had already let go of the attachment to the materials, and so that's what love is. Love is about becoming a lover. Love is about being in transformation. Love is about allowing yourself to change, to become aware and mindful of your attachments, whether it is with food, whether it is with clothes, whether it is with shame, whether it is about how do you want to be seen by other people, whether it is about to have other human beings and to be loved, or whether it is an obsession about romance, whether it is an extreme obsessional attachment towards sexual connections, uh, towards wealth, power, or sometimes people have a lot of, I would say, obsession and connection with art, all the artistic abilities. But a lot of people, if we have seen that a lot of big musicians in the past and currently, they just, either indulge into drugs or commit suicide in a painful manner. And why is that? So that has always been a question for me. That they're into music, they create music, they make amazing music, the entire world is mad about the music, and they commit suicide. And in a painful way, they commit suicide. Why is that so? And then as I was learning music myself, and I just realized it is very, very important that all the creative arts you are doing, it is an expression of you. It is the expression of your process, and you are using that art to speak, to verbalize, or to not verbalize, I would say, to express your process. So process is happening, 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 And now you've coming to a place, you need some expression, and you think the verbal expression is not enough. You're using that artistic modality within you, and we all have artistic modalities to express it on a paper, on a canvas, on a musical instrument. So you can get clarity of your process. And you say, oh, that's the process. Oh my God, that was my demon. And look at it. Oh, that's how, where I. So sometimes in the middle of the process, you start creating and then you stop and then you go and then you stop and then you go as your process keeps. So use as much of creative modalities for your process also. Like learn to play music, sing, write, and painting and paper art and so on and so forth. So there are different kinds of artistic modalities, crafting, sculpture. I mean, I don't even have the names of all of them. Gardening, cooking is an art, and interior of the houses, they all are creative people, and I believe even a businessman can be creative. So but let's put it stay into these artistic modalities which are being considered artistic. You When we use all those modalities as a way of expressing your inner, which you are connecting to, not a projection. Now there's a difference. A lot of time what people do, they project their pain without connecting it. They want to disconnect from their pain. So they create amazing music, but this is not the process. That's the pain, which they don't want to connect to. And that is why the lack of connection and creativity keeps on happening, because they are creative by stance, and the pain of it becomes too much, unbearable to verbalize. And then the lot of fame comes their way and a lot of people are idealizing them, that there must be gods and so much. So it becomes much more difficult for them to express that I'm in pain. It's my pain. I feel helpless, hopeless. I'm nothing. I'm suffering from shame. And then they think that taking their life is the way for salvation. I always tell my clients, friends, people who have sometimes, all of us have sometimes in our lives, a thought of suicide or a death. I say there needs a death of something which we are holding on very tight, of part of our ego which we have attached. Ki ye, if we'll have this, then we can attain something. And that notion needs to go. And when we are holding it very tight, then the thought of death or killing ourselves uh, is enhanced, or it becomes too intensified within us. And at that time, we need to sit down, close our eyes, and ask ourselves, and the universe, and the astral masters, and the masters from seventh and fifth dimension, what is it that I need to let go? What it is within me which needs to die in order to have something new to come into my life? And that is something very important to understand. This whole journey is journey of love. The journey of meditation, according to Rumi, is the journey of love. The journey of self-reflection is the journey of love. The journey of spreading your light. Now, the spreading your light also, I would like to say, sometimes we get obsessed with spreading our light. However, I am a light. My presence is enlightening my surrounding anyways, as long as I am available and I'm connected to it and I'm there with that, with my being. So whenever I go on hiking and trekking, I see that, when you're walking, I don't know how many of you have noticed that there are sometimes smallest of the weeds and the grass and smallest teeny mini flowers, which we just walk on them. Obviously, we can't do we can't walk on those flowers. We have to, step up or put a foot on to these and to walk. And I just often see that what is their presence means to the universe. What is it? We walk on them, we kill them, they get died, and that again they come up. And that understanding came to me that anything and everything in the universe, no matter what is the volume it occupies or a space it occupies in the universal bigger canvas, it is a light, and it is very important, and it has its meaning, it has its presence. I can see it or I don't see it, but it has its presence, like viruses, like bacteria. They are very important to us. They have their presence. I cannot see it or I cannot appreciate it, doesn't mean it doesn't have a presence. It is coming up again and again. It's sprouting again and again. It means it has presence. It has a light. Look, yes, yes, that flower has the presence for the bees, and even if it is not for the bees, suppose it has presence because it is enhancing the beauty. It is enhancing the depth of the universe, the universal frequency. It is the part of that frequency. Without that dot, maybe the frequency cannot find its complete composition. So it is not necessary that everything is being needed by everything else. Even if it is not needed, it is the part of the frequency. And I think that utilitarian approach needs to go. Yes, the next thing is love has become a utility, you know. I must give this to you, you must give this to me. The mother means this to give this, father means to give this, child means, husband means, wife means, friends mean, guru means, teacher means, you know. No, love is just the presence, and accepting that my presence, no matter how much pain right now I have in my being of transformation, my presence is enough. Whether I don't, what is meditation? I am not moving, I'm not talking, I'm not doing anything, I'm not seeing anything. I'm just closing my eyes and I'm connecting to breath. And I can do it for entire day. I can do it for weeks and months, and I'm not moving an inch from the space where I'm sitting. It means that I'm useless for other beings, for other people, for my parents, for my children, for my dog, for my house, for my clients, for my patients, for my environment, for my garden. I become useless because I'm not doing anything. No, I'm not. I am still an energy being, and I'm still emitting an energy. So utilitarian approach has also tarnished the concept of peace and the concept of love. Love means doing something all the time. No, love is being and understanding when I'm in my being. Whatever I do, it will be love. Because I will not do anything which is going to harm the universal energy and frequency. And that's what understanding is. And so, one another thing, a litmus test for all of us, if I'm doing something which is harming, and my intentions, I'm not clear with my intentions, I'm moving but my movement is not giving, is not enhancing my frequency. Let's forget about other. If it's not enhancing my frequency and I'm not clear about my intention, then obviously something I need to sit back, close my eyes, connect to myself again, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and then come out, open my eyes, and then move again. And then again, I lost it. Sit, close, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15, 20, whatever minutes you need, hours you need, and then move on. So this way we can slowly and gradually come out of the utilitarian capitalistic thought process, which is very much prevalent in the society. We are all being tarnished by it. We are all part and parcel of that. And we all are contributing knowingly or unknowingly, unless we do not become aware of that capitalistic and utilitarian approach. Everything is for everything. And everything should do everything and something for the other person or other being. No, it's not about doing. I was just before our this I was on Insta seeing Patriji's thing and the video came up. I said, okay, stop talking, stop seeing, stop smelling, close your eyes, close your mouth. The overflow of thoughts, overflow of speech, overflow of seeing, overflow of smelling, anything which is overflowing is disconnecting us to ourselves. And we are more involved in the utilitarian capitalistic approach, which is against the universal frequency. And I think that is something important, and important in terms of reinforcement. We need all the books we read. Why Patriji always said read lots of books? Because it's a reinforcement every time. Because the web of utilitarian approach and capitalism is so strong right now that if we are not going to keep our mind alive through reading, our self alive through meditation, and the company of same frequency meditators, it's going to be difficult. Very strange. In the morning, I get quotes um, um, every day about meditation. So something came up that, that there are two ways of Maya. The Maya has two possibilities. One is Vidya and one is Avidya. So Avidya is the path of passion and pleasures. Okay, we need to let go of that. Then there is a path of Vidya, where there is obsession about wisdom, obsession about other holy men to connect to, obsession about, to have a kind of a nirvana. And also we need to go beyond that, to have a real, to come out of the handle of Maya. Isn't it amazing? Sometimes when we enter into path of meditation or any self-awareness path, we become obsessed with, I need to get up to this level and to that level, to this level, to that. I need to let go. I need to be wise. I need to have other holy men around me, or this and that. Eventually, it is going to be the path of aloneness. Eventually, it is going to be you and you. So paying attention to the obsession and journey and possibilities, creativity, where you are, and acceptance. This is where sorry, this is where I am right now. I may need to go somewhere else, but this is where I am right now. Like for last few weeks, I have been feeling very depressed, and I was talking to somebody and I was saying, oh, I never felt that depressed. And I just realized this is where I am. And maybe this is the path where something I'm going deep within me. Some dead cells in a deeper layer of me are opening up, and they have those feelings of sadness in it. And I need to sit with it. And there is a total isolation. I live in a very isolated place. I live in mountains. There is no neighbor, nobody. And if it's raining, then a couple of days I can't even leave my home, so on and so forth. So, and I chose this, even if I was not, I was aware I'm choosing this. I didn't know why I'm choosing it, but I still chose it, and I still make my home here, and I've shifted here. And human beings' possibility is very scarce here. It's only mountains right now, amazing clouds over the mountains, and a lot of nature here. But that's what, and it's that I have chosen that ultimate silence to go into that deeper part of me. I need to accept that I've chosen it, and I'm going to go through it, and it's painful. And I'm also aware the reward is going to come, and I'll come out of it. But right now it is painful, and I am in this pain with it. So I think I must end here. 45 minutes have over, and we open for questions and answers.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was really a wonderful session, and that was a great message, to all the women, to become the lover, not the beloved. I really loved that point. But how do we become the lover?
So how we become the lover? Again, when we are in the path of connecting to ourselves, the path of meditation, which is open ourselves, open our obstacles, our let go of the toxicity and the pain we are harboring, and clearing our karma. That's the path of transformation. As we keep on transforming, and that path itself is called the path of a lover. That itself is becoming a lover. There is no lover is not an entity where it's not an end goal. It's the process. Process when I'm saying, oh, I am in the path and I want to know more of myself. I want to learn. I want to heal. The moment I get this understanding, and that's where you become the lover, And all the beloved cannot be only a human being. It can be things, it can be a degree, it can be a money, it can be a house, it can be a notion, you know so we have different kind of beloveds. So but all of these are living within us. So this one drop is full of possibilities and connecting to that possibility. So when you, as a woman, in a layman terminology, I would say, when you're getting dressed up and you want to really, how I say, ornament yourself and create a beauty, a visible beauty, do it for yourself. So you become aware. I am the lover. I am the beloved. I want to love and I enjoy. Like for some years, when I get ready every day, I wear makeup, jewelry, blah blah blah, and I enjoy myself. There is no one else to enjoy me. I enjoy myself. I had vowed to my on a daily basis. I am going to get dressed, whether I'm going anywhere, whether there is work, no work, nothing. I am going to get dressed on a daily basis for myself, and then I enjoy that part of enjoy. Not that like a lot of time women do, they're on their PJs all the day, and only when they're going out, they're just getting dressed up and taking the beauty. No, even if you're cooking, be dressed up. Enjoy your beauty yourself. And so that's something important. It is not for others. Others are going to enjoy, but they're not going to get enlightened, because the projection is on the others, then we close down our light. So as an light beings, when I'm in the people, like a cafe or shopping or with friends, it's not about how I look, it's about the energy I'm emitting. The energy you will emit only when you are your own lover and beloved. Then it's a different kind of energy, which is healing energy.
That's wonderful, man. Masters, if you have any kind of questions or queries, you can text in the
I
chat.
think Tejal has raised her hand.
Thank you so much, Shehla, for this amazing session. Because we are grown up with the Bollywood movies, and we felt like love is only those, hero heroines and those flowers and just roaming around each other. And actually, that, when we are in the youth, then we just feel that that is the chemistry of the hormones, and we just get attracted to a partner and we just marry, and that is a love. And after a time, the love actually gets evaporated and the marriage just stay in many like couples. So even I feel like, whenever I do dress up, I feel like, I am enjoying that. And earlier it was supposed to be like, how the other people are appreciating me, or how my husband is taking it, how he is liking it. And I should wear certain things about like, whatever he likes or whatever he feels that. But at a time, I felt like, if I am not loving myself, how I can give the love to others? And from there, I've started to like, if anyone calls me selfish, I'm fine, because I love myself. So that was the part, and what you have explained today, and by giving the examples of those Soni Mehwal or, any other like characters in the, and we all were like, the love has to be sacrificed. Like if you are doing something for some other people, rather you are liking or not, but if you are sacrificing, then that is your love. Like even like in generations, we are told like by the elders also. But what you have told, and it's amazing session, what love and beloved, and you can be that one person. And when you are reaching out, like Rumi's, and even I love the quotes. And when you have said about that Sufi type of roaming around the center, or it's just mind-blowing that there is the universe and you are part of the universe, and you have to love yourself also, the being at the same level, even the tiniest flower. Because the same thing, when even we just track it around and we feel that dandelions are the small, those white small flowers, and why they are the weeds, like why they have grown up. But of course, they all have certain, their presence has to be there, then only they were created. So I can connect it every level what you have said. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. As you were saying, one thing which is I also would like to add, the weeds are within us. So
Yeah.
see everything within you. We are beautiful and we also have weeds. So the weeds needs to go away. Like in my garden, I had a Korean grass. So there were a lot of weeds keeps coming, and they say you need to pull them, otherwise they're going to eat away the grass. They will not give the energy to your grass. So the other day, my nephew was here and I was taking the weed and I said, they're so beautiful. My heart is wrenching taking them off. But sometimes a beautiful thing is misplaced, and then also we need to take it out. So something you would fall in love with your weeds. You would not to get them away. Like beauty, like this desire for women to be loved and all of those things, But they are sometimes misplaced or at not a right place, and they are going to take the real energy of that place. Like my Korean grass, I had to take it away, that and I throw it in the universe, what is the right place for them to go, they need to go. So that is like we have weeds, those obstacles are like weeds within us.
Yeah, amazing. So I think so, we should know that we should give the space also to others the same way.
Yes.
When we are removing the weeds. So for who wants to like breathing, we should not be obstacle, we should not be parasites for
Yes.
others.
Yes.
But we should give the space. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Does anyone have any kind of questions? You can please raise your hands or text in the chat box. If you're watching it live, then use the comment section.
So as the path of love is in a different ways. So when I'm not going to love myself, I'm not going to take care of. So love here is not love per se. It's taking care of myself, taking care of my what I eat, what I wear, how I live, what I talk, speak, read, meet people. What are my first step is to become aware. What are my desires? What are my obsessions? How much I'm attached to my obsessions. So when we become aware of that, then that the becoming aware of it is love, which is self-love has started. And if I'm not going to be aware of it, then what will happen? Then I will be obsessed with things outside of me. For people, I want this person to love me. I want this dress. I want to buy this dress. I want to go into this restaurant. I want to eat that expensive food, and I can't. And I have to have that kind of money. This whole process of lack of self-love and lack of awareness, what it does, it stimulates our corticosteroids in our body. When corticosteroids overstimulates, it reduces our immunity and masks all the other hormonal systems and organs if when they are on their overdrive. And that's where we start to hurt our body, and diseases of mind and body starts coming and attacking us, and that's how we fall sick very often. I hope if that really satisfies your question.
I have a question. So, there's a confusion like most of our youth have, like self-love and self-obsession are two different things. So we don't know where the line is.
So self-love is how you can find out that whether you're obsessing or whether you are loving yourself. See, loving yourself has an internal kind of sense of satisfaction, sense of calmness in it. And it is, though, suppose, let me give you, suppose you wake up in the morning and you say, I am going to meditate. I will wake up early in the morning, I'll meditate and do my yoga, whatever, and then I'll go and I'll cook food for others or for myself or whatever, breakfast. This is called self-love. Okay. Now, the self-obsession is going to be that your child has to go to school and you say, no, I have to do my yoga and I have to do my meditation and this is my time and I am not going to, I'll buy you a packet of chips and biscuits and I'll put it in your lunchbox and you go. This is self-obsession. So you say, so my child, now self-love is my child has to go to school at 7:30. How about I wake up at 4:30 a.m. I'll have my 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever hours of meditation I want to do. And then I'll have my yoga, I'll have my space. And I'll go down and I'll make a breakfast. Or maybe I can't do it in the morning. A night before, I'll do it. I'll pack her or his lunch, put it in the fridge, and and so that I'll have a spacious morning and then I'll say goodbye to my child when they're going to school. So this is a difference between an obsession. It's a destruction outside of you and obviously going inside of in self-love. You are taking care of yourself, but there is no destruction going on outside you. And that's something, and there are many ways to look at it. So I'm just giving you a very crude example. Just
That's
to-
amazing. I could understand. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your presence. We would love
You're
to apply this in our lives. We would look forward
Yes.
to implement this. Thank you so much. So that's it for today's, guys. I would like to conclude with this. Tomorrow, I'll meet you with another wisdom session with another speaker. This is Yamini signing off.